Get off my lawn! You didn't think, did you, that a little fire, well, the whole state of California burning would stop GrumpsTV, did you? The buckle, the power of the buckle is too strong, folks. Yes, I know this is probably a different look than you're used to, huh? Kind of looks more like Patty Hearst, an SLA hostage ransom video. What can I say? Been evacuated from my house. Gidge has left town. She smartly got out, away from the smoke and away from the flames. Glad you're here. And we're going to have a show regardless of everything. I got lots to say and lots to talk about, but let's get going with the theme song. And I think it's time to go big production here, right? I mean, we can do this now. Boom.
Don't try to cross him, he'll leave you with dismay. And don't try to fuss him, he'll ruin your whole day. He's got more mental problems than a shrink could ever see. He's obfuscating, prevaricating, and constantly pontificating, procrastinating, mean she's waiting, and forever bellyaching, exasperating, aggravating, irritating, and infuriating. And such an asshole. That's...
Get off my lawn! And let that be a lesson to y'all. Well, like I say, for those of you who didn't catch the opening seconds, it's pretty obvious I'm not at the Grumps Rancheria. And between you and me, I hope the Grumps Rancheria is still even a thing. We were evacuated. Evacuation orders were this morning, but basically the evacuation's been going on for a couple days. The huge river fire and Carmel fire have gotten close to merging, and they're working their way into my area of Carmel Valley. They've evacuated the entire village. It's pretty heavy. It's ridiculously smoky. What can I say? But we have a show to run here. And, you know, just talking about smoke and losing a house that you love makes me thirsty. And I suggest you, like I, drink a Sanatini. Gin, hand sanitizer, and jalapeno stuffed olives. Yes, what the world needs for a COVID and evacuation and no gigs, and whatever. Anyways, great times, everybody, and I'm wishing better times for everybody coming up. I want to thank the people who have generously taken me in and let me use this space for the show. They actually will be guests on the show, so you'll get to meet them. So I'm going to kind of move on. As you know, the first thing I like to do is play something because it keeps me from talking too much. I'm going to play a little song. I guess right now I could call this maybe on the street where I used to live. was a lovely home. I hope it still is. Well, the street where I lived, the street where I hope I still live, the street where I'd really like to stay and live. I'm sure most of you know that this isn't the Grumps Rancheria. I think there's a bunch of comments there. I don't know what the questions are. I choose not to read them and squint and get up. So for those of you who want to know, obviously I am hunkered down somewhere else away from the house. I'm safe, have generous friends. I've gotten most of the important stuff out. Gidge is safely out of town with Ruby, and we will move on, and the show will go on. So I want to thank you for tuning in. If I get a little cranky or emotional, you'll understand why. And before I go down the road of some guests and some other things, you know, I was just thinking about how weird it is. It was fortunate. This fire was kind of coming slowly for a while, and I live in a highly fire-prone area, so we're always aware of it. So it wasn't like a, you know, get out, get out, get out kind of thing where you can only grab one thing. And I'm sure all of us have thought about, like, if you could only grab one thing on your way out the door, what it would be, or maybe two things. Obviously, we always think about packing a to-go bag, but do we really do it? In this case, I had some time, so I could load up the cars and we could move them to a better place. And I was really fortunate. I feel so fortunate. My heart goes out to the people that couldn't do that and lost all their stuff, and in some cases their lives. I have nothing, what can I say? And you know, we've seen too much of this tragedy. It's not just fires here in California, it's hurricanes, and it's devastating events all around the earth. But I live in a wonderful village, and there's like some amazing stories. Like there's this one gentleman who's he's from France, and he came to the village, and he's a chef, and he was working at the restaurant, I think a couple different restaurants, just really upped the game of food in the village. And then he had the opportunity to buy the community market, and he transformed that thing from not just the community market that had stuff that you needed to a place of great food, really great food, international food and exotic foods and healthy foods, and also a community place where everybody saw each other, and it was really the hub the heart of our village. And his name is Jerome. And a friend of mine was in there right when the evacuation orders came in. Everything had to shut down. Everybody had to get out this morning. And supposedly Jerome, being the Frenchman that he is, just packed up all the cheese and left. And I just think that's so beautiful. I mean, you know, take the cheese. Remember that, folks. No jokes here. But I was kind of going down that road, and I was thinking, you know, how you go along and how you always forget stuff, and you always think about stuff you wish you'd grabbed. And so I put together a little story for you. And first of all, my apologies to Frank Sinatra for this thing, but I think he would hate my singing, of course, but I think he would appreciate the sentiment of this song. Because, you know, you grab what you can, and then you cry about the rest later. The house seems so empty. The carport's deserted. You've racked your brain thinking. You're bewildered and disconcerted. You could use a taste. It's just one of the clues. You've learned your first lesson in burning the booze. You remembered the pictures, the mementos and jewels, the guitars and the buckles. You evacuated and followed the rules. You're only anxious and you're blowing a fuse. You left the bottles, now you're burning the blues, or the booze, or the blues. will taunt you constantly. When you're all alone and you want to forget, it'll haze your memory. The nights when you don't sleep. Whoops, heated modulated. I'm not gonna. The nights when you don't sleep. The whole night you're crying. But you can't forget it. Soon you even stop trying. You'll walk that floor. And you know, in this case, you can walk in a straight line now. You know what I mean? Backwards or forwards. Where's the cops when you need them? And you wear out your shoes. You feel your heart break. 'Cause you're burning the blues. Booze, blues, booze, blues. that's right. You're burning the booze. Yeah. Now, one might think that sentiment was overly alcoholic. And some people have said, you know, maybe you're an alcoholic. And I like to say, well, you know, I think I'm a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings. In any case, I don't know if it's time yet. I think I'm going to stay in a nice frame of mind just a little bit longer. I'm sure you notice, those of you who are Grump fans, if there is such a thing, that I'm a little on edge and I'm playing a little more different and acting different, and I'm in a different place, and well, you know, shit's happening when you're evacuated. Oh, first of all, I want to apologize all you lovely people who have sent me a text saying, how are you? Are you okay? Where are you? You know, really sharing concern. It means the world to me. And like, basically they say, what's happening, you know, down there? And, you know, where are you? Blah, blah, blah. And lately I've been kind of having a fun little game where I write, my answer to the questions they ask is always ejaculated. And then I quickly write, damn autocorrect. And I want you all to know that that's a joke, and wasn't the iPhone. The iPhone doesn't actually turn evacuation into the other word. But I couldn't help but take advantage of that. And if I insulted anybody or upset them, that was the point. So, onward here. Okay, this is going to be self-explanatory, but I hope I can get to the sound quick enough. I'm going to put it up. This is what I'll do. Grumps is, oops. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take it right to the beginning. I think there's a way to do that. Oh, shit. Nope. Okay. This is special. This is self-explanatory. And this means the world to me. Please enjoy. Except for, of course, I screwed up. Boom. And I do this all the time, don't I? You figure I just can't do it upside down. Okay, come on, Grumps, you can do this. This is the beginning now. Now it's that. Now I know I'm going to take the one in the middle. There's that. The one in the middle is that.
Hello, I'm Steve. This is Dixie. We're happy to be on GrumpsTV. Actually, we have Arabic Grumps. He was evacuated to our house. We don't know if that's good or bad yet. But
did everybody hear that?
Okay. But we do have this cowboy song for the cowboy.
Ah,
2, 3.
these are my hosts.
Thanks, Grumps.
Yes, these are the people who generously locked me in a room and forced me to make hijack ransom videos. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. So I want to thank you guys for taking me in and letting me park my stuff and be such gracious hosts. You never forget how great it is to have good friends, but in a moment like this, it underlines and articulates and just warms your heart so much to know that those of you who reached out to me and those of you who have offered to help. And of course, you knew I'd do the same anytime, but still, it just, you kind of go on through life and you just don't realize how rich you are till good friends come along and show you. So this is going to be a sort of a weird modulation because now Grumps has got something to say. And everybody knows that Grumps doesn't delve into the world of politics. Grumps considers himself above the world of politics. Too smart to get involved in politics. And he realized that people are pretty much set in their ways. And what's the point of talking about them? The people who agree with you, they agree with you anyways. The people who disagree, they're just going to click off. You know what I mean? Grumps wants to basically have a career here. So, you know, the more people watching, the better. And, you know, you just kind of look the other way or whatever. Or you just realize that the right time to have a conversation is the right time to have a conversation. And I guess right now is the right time to have this conversation with you folks. This is not politics. This is personal. This is not politics. This is personal. And let me tell you what I mean. This is what I heard from the President of the United States about the situation I'm living in. My life's work, my house, my home that me and my wife have built is under siege right now. And this is what I heard. I see again the forest fires are starting. They're starting again in California. I said, you got to clean your floors. You got to clean your forests. There are many, many years of leaves and broken trees, and they're like so flammable. You just touch them and it goes up. Maybe we're just going to have to make them pay for it because they don't listen to us. Now who raised this human? Regardless of what you think policy-wise, can we not muster one little bit of compassion or empathy and say, geez, I'm sorry your home is burning. I'm sorry that this is happening, that some of you are going to die and some of you are going to lose everything. Would it take that much? And then say you're going to have to pay for it, okay? And then it'll cost you $5. You know, leave that for later. But damn, and you know, I've got to apologize right now because you know what? I didn't speak up when the people of Puerto Rico were nailed by hurricanes. And he threw paper towels at him, and I didn't speak up. I said, you know, I don't want to, no politics, whatever. And, you know, the people of South Texas on the coast, where my brother lives, we got flooded out. And all he could do was walk around saying what a great job he'd done. And everybody's sitting there flooded. And I didn't say anything. Because it wasn't personal. And I apologize to all you people because it is personal. It's personal to all of us. And all I can say is I just want to dissect a little bit of this for you. And this is, again, not politics. It's personal. Those floors you're talking about,
cleaning your floors. I'll bet you've never cleaned a floor in your life. I'll bet you wouldn't know a broom from a hockey stick. I'll bet you wouldn't know how to do it. And I thought your basic expertise was running businesses into bankruptcy, not forest management. I didn't realize that was another one of your specialties. Pardon me, how that got by me after all the shit I've heard about you. Wow. Excuse me, apologies. But let's talk about these floors that need cleaning. The President of the United States, those are your floors. They are in national parks. You have a person, a Secretary of the Interior, who what happened to him, he kind of got away because of spending a little money in funny places and giving away leases that he shouldn't have. But whatever. And then he's got a new guy. And the poor guy don't make shit. I looked up what he makes. He's got a really low-paying job to be Secretary of the Interior. That's not a really... Maybe the Secretary of the Exterior makes more. But anyways, this guy, that's his job. And you and your forest management, you could have been cleaning this shit up all along. If you really wanted it clean. If it mattered so much to you. So... it's personal. You could have said you were sorry. And you know something you don't realize is, and I know why you hate California, because more of us voted for a Democrat than a Republican, and we've got a Democratic governor, and you don't get the electoral votes here. I know that's why you paid us. That's why you'd love to see us burn. But I got news for you, you dumb nuts. And again, not political, personal. Did you ever stop to think that there are more Trump voters in California than there are voters in the state of Wyoming, than there are voters in the state of Idaho, than there are voters in the state of Alaska? There are more Trump voters. And they're in my neighborhood, too. And you just shit on them like you shit on me. Okay, I said I'd give myself 5 minutes of this because this isn't what I'm about. But hey, MSNBC or CNN or Fox, come get me. I'm ready. You need an angry guitar player on your station. Because I'm tired of this shit. And it's not politics. It's personal. We live in a world. And we live together. And we got shit coming down. If anybody doesn't remember, I mean, I know I'm worried about the coronavirus. But you know, I'm staying with friends. We have to watch out for each other. Because why? Because of the pandemic. There are people who are evacuated that can't go anywhere because nobody can take them in. And what has anybody done about that? We're arguing about fucking masks? Would somebody get a clue here? Is Grumps the only one with common sense? Help me out here. We can do this if we just work together and stop. Whatever. You know, and, by the way, clean your floor. And you don't use a 7-iron for that, by the way. You know, I would have a guest right now play with me, but that would be a really bad segue and would probably make an enemy of whoever I pick to go next. So, I am going to sing a song that is completely politically incorrect, not political, nor personal, nor is this a true story, except for the fact that I wrote it when, and I've done it on the show before, I wrote it when somebody said something to me that I thought I'd never, ever hear. You know, it's one of those sentences that you thought your whole life you'd live and you'd never hear this sentence. And then, boom, somebody says something like that. And you go, as a musician, you say to yourself, I have to write a potential hit song out of this because no one will believe it. And this is my story. And actually, it's funny because Facebook just appears to have left. But I've been told by some people that you can wait it out and it'll come back, that it didn't really go away. But I'm glad. I think it really probably got me because of my rant. And all of you can go to YouTube, because and all of you people on YouTube, thank you, because you're my heroes, really. The Facebookers, they're lazy. The YouTubers, they go there purposefully, with commitment, like me, doing a goddamn show in the middle of an evacuation. Well, right now, I am going to give up on Facebook Live, and I'm going to start it up again. So let's talk. Boom, end the live video, start another. It's easy enough to do. Good, and now we're going to go home, you know, and let's drink a little more first. Maybe I'll do that song I wrote again. I didn't do it as great as I wanted to, but you know, I wrote it this afternoon, so boom. And here I am. I will be back. And you know, I think I had 30,000 watchers at that moment. So here we're back. We're coming. Oh, coming back, folks. Coming back. Coming back. And I'm hoping everybody finds me again, because here comes this big song. I'll give it a long intro with cool jazz stuff for everybody. I'm back live. Everybody has to find me now. The true people that know how to do it will. Song, we're waiting for all you Facebookers to come back. It's hard to admit, to be so against the grain, but I'll confide this little thing, though you'll think that I'm insane. I don't like blowjobs. They're messy, so much trouble, so damn one-sided too. I hate to burst your bubble. So much capital is invested to procure this simple act. But consider the logistics, the compromise hygiene. Sorry, that's a fact. They're requested for birthdays, Christmas Eve, and Hanukkah. Hanukkah? That means there'd be like 8 of them. I guess there is an advantage to being Jewish after all. Where was I? Oh yeah, I don't like blowjobs. Said never, no man ever. But remember, Mr. Bobbitt, there's always a head to sever. They're so controversial and unpatriotic, please. Every time that anthem's sung, someone's always on their knees. They're requested for birthdays, Christmas Eve, and Hanukkah. But remember all the problems it caused for Bill and Monica. I don't like blowjobs, and I'm not admitting this in haste. But with all the begging and flirt involved, and all the sweat and work involved, and all the noisy flirt involved, I really hate the taste. Yes, I'm back, folks. For those of you who didn't catch that whole song, you're going to have to go to the YouTube. For those of you who don't know and don't read, all these shows, because of the blips and blops and stops and starts and kabooks and backs, I record it on my iPhone. And then I load it up to YouTube. And it's there in its complete splendor with all the mess ups and wrong notes and all the forgotten chords and all that stuff, and the getting angry and the rants. It's all there on YouTube, and all the past episodes are up there too. So I'll always be there for you. Even if I'm evacuated, even if my house burns down, I'm going to be here. Whether I'm here in my SLA bunker, and believe me, if you don't send $5 million in Bitcoin in the next 24 hours, the guitar gets it. Commitment. Commitment to a place, commitment to people, commitment to your friends, commitment to music, commitment to your community. I guess that's what I'm trying to do, just to prove myself that I'm alive and give meaning to all this. Because to my friends who are musicians, I hear you. I feel what's going down. And, you know, we're all out of work. And they're all asking us to play, let's play a benefit for a restaurant. Let's play a benefit for a benefit. You know, it's like, what about us? Restaurants are still serving food. I know they're doing bad, and I know it's hard, believe me. But damn, we ain't working. We ain't open for business. And we got to keep playing, and we need to do it. So this is my way of doing it. You find yours. We just got to do it. And for the younger players out there, we also, us older guys, have to set an example that we will not be denied. That the power of this music is indelible and unstoppable. And that we will continue. And you know, jazz was never really in the best places. All the people who are our heroes played in spite of their environment. They weren't coddled and treated like little stars. They were people who were shit on, who broke through. The music was their freedom, and they broke through, and they managed to make a living. So for us older guys, we got to show them that the music matters. And you know, jazz, it's kind of like you get a set of changes and you play them. Right? You get a set of changes and you play them. If we get a set of changes we don't like, you got to make that decision right there. Are you going to be a baby and say, I don't like these changes. These are bad changes. I'm going home. Or are you going to figure out what the fuck to play? That's what jazz is. And right now, the world has thrown us a chart with some stupid ass, dumb and lame and bewildering changes. And we got to figure out what to play here. And this is our goal, and this is our job, and this is our duty, not just to ourselves and the music, but to the next generation of musicians. And to you young ones, we need you to show us the way out of this. It's going to be something new. It's going to have a lot more to do with your world than ours. So we need you to double down on that commitment and be the ones who shine the light into the future and let us know what it's going to sound like and let us know how we're going to play and how we're going to make it work. That's what we need. And that's what this is all about. From this pandemic to the mandemic to the goddemic to the evacuation to all this crazy shit we're dealing with. We got to do it, and we got to do it together. And it starts now. That's a song I wrote called Bruiser. I've recorded it a few times, and it's on a bunch of CDs out in the world. Again, it was an emotional day. It's an emotional time. I hope that my honesty I hope it did insult you or upset you. I hope you come over here and kick my ass, because that would make me feel a little better. And so you know who really pissed me off, come on over. Let's dance, okay? I'd love that. Love a little dancing music with you. Well, I don't know how I did it, but I filled up an hour. Once again, I want to thank Dixie and Steve and Dixie, who you heard the lovely song Blue Shadows on the Trail. And that's very apt metaphor for a lot of things that are happening. And I just want to thank you for being here. I promise that I will keep being here. And I will keep pissing your ass off. And I will keep trying to play better. And I will keep looking for the next thing for all of us to do. Because that's what I do. And I'm going to finish out this little hour. I want to thank you for sharing it with me. And I'm going to finish it out with the Grumps theme song. And I'm probably going to make up some new words to it. But maybe not. Don't try to cross me. I'll leave you in dismay. And don't try to boss me. I'll ruin your whole day. Yeah, I got more mental problems than a shrink could ever say. I'm obfuscating, I'm prevaricating, I'm constantly pontificating. I'm procrastinating, cream cheese grating, and forever belly aching. I'm fucking pissed off some of the time. And I don't like it when people are really big assholes. Even though I'm an asshole. So get off my lawn! Even though I'm an asshole, don't you be. Be nice to each other. I want to thank you all for being here. And if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture. Good night. Good luck. And now I can't get it to turn off. Because that is just the way Mark Zuckerberg likes it. Good night, everybody. Thank you, my YouTubers. You're my heroes. Get off my lawn!